Right, Elon, is it really time for the fourth part of this? I'm milking this more than the Akili milk covers, mate. But it is time for the fourth VA students tier list in different categories. But I've rem I've removed a couple people in this one. Just been a bit of controversy, and I just want to say that I'm not trying to insult anybody here. I'm not judging them based on people. Most of the people in our school are quite harmless, to be honest. But I'm just doing this on some silly little categories like who would win in a boxing ring, who's fastest on a running track, who's got the best humour, who's the smartest. It's just playground games really. It's nothing too serious. But let's go over the tiers we've got. So we got Man said Acaster. But today we're doing comedy. Who was the funniest? Now most people in our school are not very funny, which is why there's quite a lot of bad categories on it. But let's go through the tiers. We've got Man said Acaster, aka the GOAT. Only one can be in the GOAT, as you know, in this series, because it can only be one person on top. It's only one winner. This isn't fucking sports day. But then we got consistently funny. This person will make you laugh on a daily basis. And then we got hit or miss. Some things they say can be really funny. Other things can, I don't know, flop, like Finding Nemo on a treadmill. And we got rarely funny. These are people who, yeah, the odd one-liner that they're not that funny really. Then we got as funny as a funeral. Haven't they? Then we got retire, just give up on humour, mate. And then we got ket group humour. So you don't want to end up in that tier. Right, so the first person we got is Harvey. I've just used the same template for all these parts, so I can't be asked to make a new one each time. Right, Harvey. Now Harvey's been quite consistently near the top in these tier lists, but Harvey's funny, but he's only really got one or two gags, hasn't he? Like he calls things racist, and he says "daddy" to people. He's a cool guy, but I wouldn't describe him as funny. So I'm gonna put him in the rarely funny category. I'm sorry, Harvey, but you flopped in this one. We've got Poppy, who attempts at humour and more like references to video games and stuff that I don't really get. So I'm gonna have to say as funny as a funeral. It's such a horrible name for a tier. Right, then we got Sam. Now Sam is a really hard one to place because we more when he doesn't try to be funny, he's hilarious. His mere presence is just very funny. And objectively, he's a funny guy, but his stick is just his mum jokes, which I mean they are good. I'm gonna have to put Sam in consistently funny because he's always getting us laughing. I don't know if he's trying to be funny, but he's entertaining. You've got to give him that. Ethan, has Ethan ever told a joke? No disrespect. Then we got me, which I think when it comes to humour, I do. I am hit or miss. I put myself in the hit or miss tier because I can say some good stuff. You know, how do you play the bangers? That was a recent classic of mine. But I think a lot of my humour is just leeching off of other people. So I just don't steal their jokes, but I just adapt jokes. I wasn't stealing. I was transporting. I sound so arrogant, but hit or miss for me. I'm gonna go. We got Phoenix. Where do I put Phoenix? Because I don't know the guy well enough to know that he's funny, but I'm gonna say consistently funny because for his lot, he's funny. So I don't get his humour personally, but I know objectively he is funny, so I've got to put him there. Right. Then we got Ainsley. Ainsley could be the GOAT, to be honest. I mean, he's the walking, talking embodiment of autism, so you've got to laugh at the guy. But there's only one person I put ahead of him when it comes to humour. Ainsley. He's just brilliant, isn't he? Right, then we got Connor Hamid, who I'm gonna have to put really funny for Connor Hamid. I'm sorry. Nice kid. Humour isn't exactly a strong point. Yes, strength. Yeah, running, he's good, but when it comes to humour, not all there. Right, then we got Luke Bennett, not Luke Mayer, thank God. I'll go hit or miss for him. He's like the less funny Ainsley. He's like Ainsley if he wasn't very funny. I mean, he can say funny things, but most of what he says is funny is just insulting other people's lack of being funny. Like most of his humour is just his complaining. and him laughing at himself. So I can't really put him that high, really. Right, then we got Lily Sparkman. I'm gonna go really as funny as a funeral. I'm sorry that you're down there, Dylan. Right, moving on, we got Omar Stevenson, who again is about as funny as a funeral. I mean, he's got the personality of stale bread. What has he ever done to deserve it, like anything? I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. I don't want beef, but I don't think I've ever laughed at anything he said, and that's no disrespect to him. Then we got Raph, who I'm gonna say really funny. Like, I'm not gonna say he's never said something funny in his life, but he, he's not exactly up there, is he? Right, then we got Mitchell Holland, who, he's cheeky gags. He's funny, Mitchell Holland. I'm gonna be honest. Like, come on, him and his cheeky. You gotta have him up there. Right, then we got Reese. Reese has to be in this tier. I think he's just Reese could tell like how does a chicken cross the road jokes and still be funny. He's just got that demeanor about him. I don't think he's always trying to be funny as well, which is the great thing. We got Nikili, who I think we can all agree that he's about as funny as a funeral. I mean, yeah, he's entertaining. Has he ever told a good joke? No. Lakili is a bottom tier comedian. I'm sorry, mate. Then we got Ellis, who, no disrespect to Ellis, but he's I'll put him in hit or miss because he can say some funny things, but I don't think his humour is his selling point. Like, I don't think like that's I don't think he would argue that he's a top tier comedian. No, he can be hit or miss. Then we got Connor Gay. Right, moving on. We have got Jamie. I don't know with Jamie, right? I'm gonna have to say he's really funny because I don't know him too well, but I don't really think he knows how to structure a joke. Like, everything he says sounds oddly like true and honest. He said some interesting things. I mean, no, Jamie's going. The final person, the penultimate person is Rufus. Just retire from not Oren. We don't want him in there. Rufus can retire from humour, but Bruh's got to be the funniest. I mean, he carries a lot of the humour. Most school jokes are copied by him. I mean, he said something once and everyone milks it for weeks. I mean, I think this is the most obvious goat, but I would say Ainsley and Reese are second and third on the funny scale. So yeah, that's that's the tier list of humour. If you disagree, I don't really think you could disagree with this. The other ones are a bit more controversial, but if you have an argument for why Ethan Me is the funniest person to ever walk the earth, or why Bron Moment's humour is about as funny as, I don't know, watching Ronnie McNutt shoot himself, just make sure to answer that. So yeah, goodbye, you lot.